able to see those relationships be formed and people that may not have connected elsewhere. I mean, if they may not have connected at all, but because their children became friends. I'm seeing older people connect with younger people. I'm seeing people that look nothing alike connect with people. So I think I'm like, wow, we really built a community.
You built community. Yeah. That is the full-fledged, description of community.
Yeah.
It's people gathering together in a way that they would have never before. Yep. Their paths would have never crossed if it wasn't for growth.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who talk about building something, and then there are people who actually do it, who wake up every single day, bet on themselves when no one else will, and create something out of sheer will, vision, and unwillingness to quit. My guest today is the latter. She did not inherit a brand. She didn't have a blueprint. She didn't have somebody handing her the keys to anything. Okay? This is what real entrepreneurship is built from. What she had was an idea, a standard, and the kind of quiet determination that most people underestimate, right up until they cannot ignore it anymore. Stacy Baker is the founder of Grow Cafe in Charlotte, North Carolina, a coffee shop and a cafe brand that is so much more than a place to grab a cup of coffee. Grow is culture. It's a feeling. It's proof that when a woman builds something with intention, people feel it the moment they walk through the door. A single location, a dream, and a leap of faith. The executive chair welcomes Stacy Baker. Hey, Stacy.
Hi.
How are you?
Wow.
Yes.
I got chills
all
already.
Of the things, man.
That was so awesome. Thank you.
All of the things. And I like to say this all the time that you build something, right? Mm-hmm. But until you hear everything that's involved with the building, you like, that's me. Yeah, girl, we talking about you today. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. This was a no-brainer. I did my research on you. We talked briefly on Instagram, and I was like, absolutely. Yeah. I need that. The executive chair needs you. People who are building something that they've never seen before need you.
Oh, wow.
So I appreciate you coming today.
Oh, I appreciate that. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, ma'am. So it is an executive chair tradition that we do a lightning round just to warm you up.
Okay.
Now, the questions mean nothing.
Okay.
Nothing from nothing mean nothing.
Okay.
But I have some questions that I want to know. This is just your personal preference.
Okay.
You ready?
All right.
Okay. The executive chair, y'all. Stacy Baker, Grow Cafe. Let's go. Okay, Stacy, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So first question is Home Goods or Target?
Home Goods.
Okay, Home Goods. She was serious about that. Okay. All right. Soft jazz or R&B playlist?
Oh.
Come on now.
Goodness gracious. I am a product of both.
I like that.
But I'm going to say R&B.
R&B? Okay. Yeah. All right. Save money or spend on convenience?
Oh, man. I'm like, again, I'm in the center. I try to save, but if I can't do it, I can't.
Let me
and
tell you
so
something.
I will pay somebody to take care of a job.
Pay the people,
so
okay?
I can take a nap if I need it,
naps are what you need in today's society, okay? Matcha or espresso?
Oh my goodness. I will have to say I love matcha. I love matcha, but I have to have coffee.
See, and
I have to have it.
I've never tried matcha.
It's so good.
I
would have brought my supplies. It is so good.
I can't get around the green.
That is, you haven't had it the way we prepare it.
Girl, I'm gonna have to come see you.
Yeah,
Say
please.
Say less. Structure or freedom?
Goodness gracious. I love I love the freedom to create my own structure.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see how she used both of them, right? You saw that, right? I didn't even tell her the rules that she could like pick two, but she did it on her own. I'm here for that. I like that. Okay, book smart or street smart?
Darn, these
Girl,
are all like
you don't even,
no. Look, seriously, right here on this one, because
You can't have
I'm
that.
born from Charlotte. I am born and raised Charlotte, 704, east side of Charlotte, girl.
East side.
But at the same time, I very much value my education.
I mean, she went to Clemson, y'all.
I went to Clemson, UNC Charlotte. I graduated with honors.
Clemson is like the Southern Ivy League, okay? So, book smart. Come on now.
I've always been like the cool girl that liked good grades.
See, I was the cool girl who had to study. We ain't gonna talk about that. Okay, last one. Team player, or I'll do it myself.
Darn. It's hard for me to delegate, so I'll do it myself, but I feel like I'm being pushed to be a team player, to avoid taking on too much.
And as you grow, you realize that you literally cannot do it by yourself. And that sucks sometimes.
Well, why do we want to be able to do it all?
I mean, for me, Stacey, this your interview. This ain't mine. This your interview. I don't like giving up control.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my issue.
That's the problem right there.
I can't. My brain. I was telling my husband this morning when we woke up. He was like, "How'd you sleep?" I was like, "My brain was scattered." I was at 3:00 this morning thinking about, well, did I make the right decision? Well, I need to text her. I didn't text because I can't cut my brain off.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Yep.
It's all right.
Yep.
Okay, so Stacey, you all warmed, and she interviewed me for a second. So let's go on and get started. So you do realize that after COVID, they're saying that we are living in the loneliest era in human history.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is deep to think about, just because of social media and people are more connected online than being isolated in real life. Like you saw a need. Like where did Grow Cafe come from?
That exact thought. And so I remember, again, I know we talked about the ages of my children. Again, I have a 19-year-old.
That is crazy.
I have a 6-year-old and I have a 4-year-old.
Stacey looked 12 with a 19-year-old.
So I've literally lived like motherhood in two different ways. I've lived it as a single mother, a young single mother. I've lived it as a married woman. And as a married woman, after the pandemic, I dealt with postpartum in the way I think that I was just so isolated.
I believe that.
Like I was so isolated I couldn't take it. And so I remember me and some moms from like my daughter's daycare. And at this point, I have both girls.
Okay.
One of them I'm wearing, the other one is playing. And we're at a play cafe, but something like it's on a grand scale. Like it's almost an indoor amusement park.
Oh, okay.
And so my child had a blast, but I was exhausted. I was very tired.
I'm tired, boss.
Trying to keep up with her. And I remember I looked at my husband and was like, I remember I had like told him that I had vision of like creating a safe space for kids. And I was like, remember that space I told you about? I was like, it's this, but it's more intimate. And he was like, okay. And I was like, and I think we need it more than ever post-pandemic. And when a world where so many people are isolated and kids aren't also getting that social connection that they need.
Right.
Like that is important.
It is. It very much so
and
is.
So, and also understanding back to the children, 80% of the brain is developed by the time a child reaches 3 years of age. 80% of brain development. And when I say 80, I'm talking about the 100 that we get our full life. And so 80%. Okay. And then by 5, about almost 90%.
So who you are is who you gonna be at 5.
Who you are at 5, your personality is pretty shaped by 5. And so understanding that, how are we as a community working together to make sure that we're creating strong foundations for our children?
I mean, Stacey, like, okay.
I feel like I kind of hopped over with the question, but still thinking of all of those things.
I'm here for it though.
Yeah,
but I didn't even know that, and especially being a current non-parent, like I didn't know that. I was thinking like 7 or like 9. No. But like at 5?
Yeah.
So you sat in this overstimulated place and said to your husband, I want this.
Yeah.
But on a smaller scale.
On a smaller scale.
So the conception of the idea was when?
It had to have been, I think, so again, to take it back some, in 2017, this is while I'm still just a mother of one.
Okay.
I just really felt like it was on my heart to create some sort of safe space for children. And like I remember like talking to a friend about it, and she was like, yeah, it's going to be like this powerhouse, and just like speaking so much life into it.
Here for that, though.
And then like I lost her suddenly, and I kind of like, I didn't lean away from it, but I think I just kind of continued to deal with life.
Okay.
And then here we are, 3 or 4 years later, and now I'm married with more kids, and I'm like, wait a minute, parenthood is actually very isolating because, and I felt like I was sitting in understanding the difference of people assume a young single mother needs help. People assume that a married couple can figure it out.
Y'all got it.
Y'all got it.
Teamwork. You got it.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
And my husband is incredible. He is amazing. He's very hands-on. But I remember when I was pushing our baby out, I think he like told me like, I've never changed a diaper before.
You know what? We in trouble. Houston,
like,
we have a whole problem.
Why would he have?
What?
But just,
you waited until now?
That was my my co-pilot, and not my mother so much because I'm married.
Right.
And now we got it.
Right.
And so just understanding that, I imagine how many women or married women were also feeling that loneliness and isolation and needed to connect with other people to relate. Everything that your baby happens to your baby, it's like you think it's an emergency. But when you build that community and that village and you realize like, okay, these are things everybody's going through, like it reduces the stress. It's important.
I had a friend, my girlfriend Meredith, she just had a baby December. She's a little bit older than me, and she was telling me about their mom groups.
Yeah.
And like it's a membership of like $600 because you don't want to be it's tax bracket separation. We're not. It's you. Okay. Anyhow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mom groups though. They
it's
range.
Mom groups.
There's different levels.
That there are levels. Had no clue. And I remember her just saying like, yeah, it's me and Terrence, but we in the trenches together.
Yeah.
I have never in all my life, because you have girlfriends who have babies, but you assume like, oh, they got it. You good?
Yeah.
You need something?
Yeah.
You can drop off some food?
And it's even hard as a woman because remember, we control and we want to be able to handle and do all the things by ourselves. So a lot of our girlfriends don't even want to like come into our element and change up because we've already got it figured out. Like, we just be needing connection, not nobody to like...
Not nobody to really do nothing. just sit here and listen. Right? Do nothing. And don't touch nothing.
Well, you ain't got to touch the baby or nothing.
Girl, I came to see the baby. Right. You talking about don't touch the baby. What?
Because that's a part of it too.
Man. And as I did my research about you, I saw that your past, you spent over a decade in nonprofits and advocacy.
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about that for a second.
So I've always just felt that like the future, and it sounds so like cliche, but I've always felt like the future of like our community is dependent on how much we invest in our kids.
I believe that.
And so like understanding, I remember like in college, undergrad, like I was a criminal justice major, but I remember like hearing about like taking like juvenile justice and being informed about like the labeling theory. And like the labeling theory, when you call a child bad, like they will become what you call them. And just hearing out, okay. And just hearing that stuff and wanting to pour goodness into kids so they don't think. And so, I've always worked and behind the scenes. I've been a McKinney-Vento liaison for a neighboring school district where I coordinated resources for the students and families experiencing homelessness. So like, and even with the role with that I had when we opened Grow, I was what you call a basics manager, and so
Okay.
I led a program that was all about the brain development for children 0 to 5, and so just I couldn't just take all that information and just sit on it. Like, come on, we got to do something.
Like, you had all of this going on in your brain, and you were at this cafe. These kids are running around. You holding your baby, and you're like, I need to do this.
This is it.
But just on a smaller scale.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And nowadays I just feel like intimacy wins.
Yeah.
In terms of business, in terms of products, being Southerners, I think that identity to something matters. Like,
Absolutely.
I love Monogram.
Yeah.
And I love Monogram because it makes it personal.
Yep.
Like, you were at this full-fledged cafe on steroids, but in your mind, it lacked intimacy.
Oh, yeah.
And instead of you saying, I'll just come here when it's quiet, you said, I'll rebuild this, but with intimacy.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But that just goes to show, like, how different your brain works.
Yep.
So you talk about being in that space. You talk about having your girlfriends there. Now let's talk about that man. Let's talk about your husband. Okay.
He's gonna laugh when he says
I have said this repeatedly, y'all. I have said this repeatedly. If you want to know if a woman is loved properly, say that man and see how she giggles and gets off. So how long have you been married? What's his name? Let's talk about what's his name.
His name is Michael Baker.
Michael Baker.
The
Okay.
second.
The second. And how long have y'all been married?
It'll be 5 years in June.
5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you shared with him the idea of grow, what was his thoughts? What was his feedback?
I was so shocked with how quick he was on board. Like, God is incredible,
He
right?
is.
Because
He is.
I've seen couples. And I've seen people like introduce ideas to men, and they be like, "No, we ain't doing that." And all of that.
We ain't doing that.
But my husband is always up for the challenge, and so when I told him about it, we were in the space, and I was like literally describing it to him, and just for like you said, intimacy, it lacks intimacy, and for the littles, like if you dealing with a little baby, this is too much. And so I broke it down to him, and I was just saying, like, this is the way of the future. You got parents that work from home. You got freelancers that just need a few hours just to focus. This is where and then I was able to do my research and show him other businesses that was formed in that concept.
Okay.
And he just thought it was incredible. And he always, like coffee, he was like, oh, it's going to sell.
But I love the idea of having a partner who you say, for example, I want to go to the moon. And he like, you might need a spaceship and some gear.
Yeah.
And a helmet.
That's it.
Instead of saying, we ain't going to no moon.
Right.
I love the idea of somebody supporting the vision before it even comes to fruition.
It still gets me together, because
I
let
love
us have like a slow day or a slow
girl,
hour or anything, and I'll call him or tell him, talk about it at night. He was like, man, like, and he'll just say, like, this takes time.
Yes.
I know what we're building. I know you know what we're building. Like, he definitely keeps me grounded.
And the grace of somebody who loves you loudly and who, when you get ready to panic, they like, relax, it's fine. I did the same thing this morning. I was like, I don't know. And my husband was like, what's the problem? Let's pray. And I was like,
wow, I love that.
But partnership means everything.
Everything.
Because without that partnership, you're not able to be your best self. You're not able to explore what God put inside of you.
Okay.
So that way the world can experience it. I know that Grow Cafe is more than a coffee shop.
Yes, absolutely.
I know that it is half coffee shop, half playground.
Yep.
But let's talk about it being a venue space.
Oh,
I did not know. It's very rare that I have a guest come on and I find out something that I did not know, because I am very intentional about doing my research before they come. So let's talk about Grow Cafe, the venue space.
Yes. So, as you said, we are not just a play cafe. I kind of think of us as a community hub. And because, like you said, we do birthday parties often.
What?
And not only do we do them, like, we're very hands-on. So from the time, because first, let me tell you, first birthday parties are very stressful.
I believe that.
This mama ain't never had a birthday party before for her child. She comes stressed. Her hair is usually still in rollers. Like, she has a basket filled with so much stuff. So as soon as she pulls up, like, we're all hands on deck, and we make sure that the party, like, everybody's satisfied with how the setup goes. We also partner with different nonprofits and communities that can just use that kind of look at our space as the perfect stage to provide their services. And so, we also work with different retailers, so small business retailers. So if you have like gear or clothing that's kind of like directed towards mom, like swaggy
mom wear
stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. Then we'll have some of that stuff in store. And we also work with some local authors. So we want to have like a cultural, library selection, to really promote literacy and such.
So
we try to do everything.
Stacey, you around here doing all kind of different stuff in one pocket, and I never. And then you got an award.
Yep.
For the best birthday venue?
Kids party venues. Our first year full year of operations, we got Charlotte's #1 kids party venue.
So, Stacey, when do you rest? Let's talk about that. Do you rest? Do you nap?
Some days. Some days.
Are you at Girl every day?
No.
Look, come on now, balance.
But it's
not too much.
I can be completely transparent. I still have a part-time job.
Okay.
And so, but it's very flexible, remote. So I'm able to navigate doing that.
Okay.
In the space. I do not plan on giving that up until I am completely comfortable.
Okay. And that's smart.
My husband we are complete co-owners of the space, but he works a full-time job. So, but he has flexibility, so he's not in the space that often. Okay. He's more so if like we need weekend support, or now like we just started doing a mobile cart, and so like we started partnering. If you know R and Brew, we just started we're like the coffee vendor for their events. Yes. And so my husband, he's kind of more on that side because he likes to be amongst the adults and such, and while I'm more so managing like in-store operations. But we have an amazing staff.
Stacey, so how many people are on your staff? She said it's so many of them. I need to count. 5 people on your staff. Mm-hmm. Okay, so in the course of 7 days, how many days do you spend inside Grow?
Out of 7 days, I'll probably at least be in there maybe 2 days for a couple of hours. But that's just because, I'll say I was doing I just completed, I graduate like next week. I just did like a Get Up and Grow through the county. Okay. Like it's for entrepreneurship, like to help boost and grow your business. Yeah. So that took me out of the store more. And so like I had to also navigate being able to trust them more to take on that. But yeah.
Stacey, I am so proud of you. I saw Grow surface, right? Mm-hmm. I saw Grow surface. I saw that it was something extremely unique. I saw that you guys were in the community. Yeah. I saw that you and your husband were truly building legacy. Mm-hmm. But I had no idea the different facets of Grow. Mm-hmm. Like, do you... Because our brains is always going. Do you ever wake up in the morning sometimes and be like, we did that?
I try to. I'm still I'm still hustling through it. I know, and that's something else my husband would be like, I know you're always saying we got so much to do, but do you know what? Do you see what we've done?
Do you ever
years?
Sit in that moment and just be like, we did that?
I think I more so find value in like when I'm there. Okay. And I see because even on a deeper, my brother mentioned this to me yesterday. Mm-hmm. He was like, sister, you really built something beautiful. Like racial lines are blurred in there. And I didn't even think about it. But because of where we're located, we're in a very diverse community.
I know.
So you never know what you're going to walk in and see in our space. It's a true melting pot.
Right.
And so the way that we've been able to see those relationships be formed and people that may not have connected elsewhere. If they may not have connected at all, but because their children became friends. I'm seeing older people connect with younger people. I'm seeing people that look nothing alike connect with people. So I think I'm like, wow, we really built a community.
You built community. Yeah. That is the full-fledged, description of community.
Yeah.
It's people gathering together in a way that they would have never before. Yep. Their paths would have never crossed if it wasn't for growth. I need you to pat yourself on the back from time to time, okay? Because there is nothing average about what you're doing, about what you're growing,
I appreciate
and what
that.
you've built. I'm so very proud of you. What has been the hardest thing about grow?
The balance.
I believe that.
And so, again, I'm a mom of 3.
Let's talk about them babies. Hold on, put a pin there. Let's talk about them babies. Jeremy, Maya, and
Nina. Yep.
So let's talk about them babies. Who runs the house?
Ooh, between Maya and Nina, they take turns. They
They take breaks. Okay, it's your turn now.
Exactly.
Now it's my turn.
Exactly. And we all know it.
And they are how old?
The youngest is 4.
Oh my gosh.
Then we have a 6-year-old, and then my oldest is 19. Yep.
Stacey.
And my girls adore him. He adores the girls. So we're unique, but it's loving and it's sweet. Yeah.
That is absolutely amazing. I cut you off and I apologize because you talked about the babies and I got excited. Okay, go ahead. The balance.
So being a mom of 3, being a wife, okay, love my man, and I want to but not for me. It's not that I'm trying to make time for him.
Right.
Sometimes I just rather not do anything but be in his face. So sometimes I gotta be like, okay. So wife, married, kids. Like I said, I have the part-time, and then still trying to. It's even with the early phase of business, because we celebrate 2 years in July. I'm not just managing operations, but I'm also still trying to figure out growth.
Right.
And sustainability.
Right.
And so I'm juggling those things, and some days I wake up and say, you know what, I'm not doing nothing today. And some days I lean all in it, and I'm like, wow, I did a lot today. I planned out all of our social media content for the month of, so
it's balance.
It's balance.
It's balance. And it's doing what you can when you can.
When I can.
And when you can't, giving yourself grace. And I think a lot of times we think that if I'm not tired, I haven't done anything. You can be tired and still did nothing.
Okay. But I want to mention this too, and I think also the fact that it's a new concept has been tough.
Okay.
So when we first opened, we had so many strangers that would just come stick their head in and be like, "What is this?" A lot of older people.
What y'all doing in here?
What is this in here? And then they would talk us about it. We can get coffee.
So you nosy, right? And you left. Come on now.
And so that was challenging. But now it's on the flip side, now that people are becoming more comfortable with the concept, we're seeing more some somewhat similar concepts pop up. And so I guess if you want to ask about what sets us apart, we can get into that.
Let's do that.
But and so that's been challenging too.
So you open the door, so I'm gonna walk through it. What does set grow apart from these other places?
And no disrespect.
Absolutely not.
It's a good community of women that are all doing their thing out here.
Right.
But we are a true coffee shop.
Okay.
First.
Okay.
And so even if you don't have kids, if you like matcha, you like espresso, latte, Americano, cold brew, all the things, chai, then we can still serve you.
Okay.
And so and we offer pastries, muffins. So it's we're not just a play place. We're also a full stop coffee shop, cafe. And we do programming. And so it's not just at least 2 days out the week, we have a day for arts and crafts. We have a day for story time. We partner with different businesses that offer child services. So on Wednesdays, we have a dance teacher come in and do dance class with the kids at a certain time. And so we're different in that way. We're also creating community engagement. Yeah.
Again, I have done my research. but I didn't know. I didn't know all of the different facets inside of grow. And with you being a Charlotte native.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm a transplant. I've been here 20 years, but to be a native Charlottean and to say this is what I want to do, I see a gap in the community, and I want to build this. Like, what was your drive behind Grow? Just that.
Just I looked around and I'm like, I got to get out of the house with these kids because honestly, truly, it's easier not at home.
I believe
Have
that.
you heard that?
I've believed that.
Like, if you keep kids in the house all day, they will drive you crazy because they're bored and they have energy and they have to release. And so when I started thinking about, especially around COVID, like after COVID, Chuck E. Cheese was a no. And like a lot of people still don't do Chuck E. Cheese because of germs. Like, people are more cognizant of thinking about stuff.
Right.
And so, like, I would think, like, where else can we go? Where can you go?
Take all these children with me, and it's safe.
And it's safe. And I'm not feeling like I'm like on pins and needles, hoping that they don't like knock everything over.
And don't touch nothing
because they
when
will.
We get in there.
Mine will. I know some people's kids will sit still and be quiet, but
she said mine gonna touch everything. So for someone who is looking to build something unique like Grow, never seen it before or saw it on a larger scale, what advice would you give? What would you share to say, this is something nobody told me, but I'm going to share it with you?
You better love it. You better love it because it's not easy. I like consider myself like one of God's favorites. And so like everything I think is going to be easier for me. And so like I remember undergrad, easy. Master's, easy. But when people were like, business entrepreneurship is hard, I'm like, I'm sure I got it. What? Like, where's the camera? It is work.
It is ghetto out here.
Really be in love with what you're doing.
Yeah.
But as long as you love it, I feel like that gives you the motivation to keep going, because no matter how hard it is, like, I would never give up on Grow. Like, I feel really good about it. I love what we've brought to the community, and I see it. Like, I see the vision, I see it growing, and I see us getting to your next question. But I see it. And so as long as you really love it and you really believe in it, like, you'll be able to stick to it. But if you don't, then as soon as
it's easy to quit.
Crazy,
you be like, never mind, I'm out. Never mind. So again, you open the door, someone walk through it. So in terms of the future of Grow, I am a firm believer that your words have legs.
Oh yeah.
Whatever you say is what you give life to.
Okay.
So in that sentiment, where do you see Grow going? What's your, if you could have a matcha with God, what would you tell him about where you want Grow to grow to?
Wow.
Ooh, that was good. That was good.
I want Grow Cafe to become, I feel like right now, like, as times have shifted, like there's been like industrial shifts, right?
Yeah.
And so like right now, there was a time of the factories, there was a time of the social media.
Absolutely.
And I feel like right now, our society really needs like a family-friendly space that allows affordable, flexible childcare, because we ain't even talk about like the childcare crisis and all that stuff, right? And that's why half people ain't having kids, right?
It's a mortgage.
And so it literally is.
It's a mortgage.
And so like creating a space that fits our now, right? Where people can, if you're a real estate, like we have real estate agents come and take clients or take calls while their kids is over in the play area. And so I feel like I just want us to really become that space, not just for that community, but like communities. And so I feel like somewhere in my gut that somebody's going to reach out to us and see what we have going on and understand what we're bringing, and that we'll be in different neighborhoods, first in North Carolina. Then I want to go, for some reason, Raleigh kept screaming at me. I feel like we're going to be in Raleigh. My husband feels like we'll be in Charleston, South Carolina.
To
and
the
so like,
country.
so that's what we wanted. We want that to be like that drop-in spot where if you need to get some work done for a little bit, you know, you like a co-working, play cafe, community hub.
So I'm hearing franchise.
Franchise, yes, absolutely.
I love it. I love it. Because the
Absolutely.
reality is that once you build something one time and you realize that it works and the community responds, we rinse and repeat.
We rinse and repeat, and then we would be in position where other franchise owners could do it in the way that their community needs, because we've pivoted a lot to in the ways that our community needed us to, and so giving people that freedom to do so, but still giving them the roadmap on how to build it.
And I'm an auntie. I am a proud auntie. But I know that if a parent trusts you with their child, they'll trust you with just about anything.
Okay.
So for you to grow something from the ground up and for people to feel comfortable enough to allow their kids to be while they catch a breath, while they take a call, while they conduct business.
Or work out. We partner with some gyms in the shopping center.
Oh, Stacy. I love it. I'm coming to see you.
Yeah,
I'm definitely
please
coming to
come
see
see
you.
me.
I'm going to have to figure out a way to figure out a day that you're going to be there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to drop in and I'm going to try some matcha for the first time. But I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
It is absolutely impactful in every way.
Absolutely.
And to only be in business for 2 years and to have this much success is, you are God's favorite.
I'm working.
That's
I'm
a big
working.
deal.
I'm working.
And as entrepreneurs, a lot of times we don't pat ourselves on the back enough. We just say, "Oh, I'm just working. I'm just trying to figure it out." No, ma'am, you did your big one.
I appreciate
and
that.
the community appreciates you.
Yeah.
And you are truly trailblazing in that effort. You built a community for kids to help support parents. And as part of this month of legacy building and Mother's Day, you have 3 babies.
3.
And what I want you to do, I've done this with everybody that has come. I want you to look into that camera.
Okay.
And I want you to talk to your babies.
Oh.
And I want you to tell them why you are grow for them. Take a second. But I like to call this a love letter to your legacy.
Woo! Jeremy, Maya, and Nina. I am growing Grow Cafe for you guys. I know I won't always be here, but as you guys continue to grow up, I want to live a true legacy to my babies. I want, rather if you guys want to be in the space or have the space for the community, I want you guys to be able to see and enjoy the fruits of the labor. I'm hoping that this creates generational wealth for us and just continues to change what it means to be a Gwen, a Baker, a Robinson, a McElwain, a Craig. Those are all last names. And so I'm doing this for our family and for legacy.
I love it. I love it. This is why the executive chair exists.
Yeah.
Your story built your strategy, and your strategy is building your legacy. Because it's all about leaving something behind for the next generation.
That's right.
Very quickly, I do give my condolences, and I thank you.
Thank you.
I thank you.
Thank you.
If people are looking to partner with Grow, are you guys accepting new programs right now? Summer is coming. Are there any camps that you want to mention for the summer? This is your promo for Grow.
Awesome. So yes, for the summer, we are always accepting new partners. If you go to our website, we actually have a tab, Become a Partner, fill out that form so we can contact you and get something on the calendar, because we're trying to do all the things. Also for the summer, we love partnering with different businesses that want to sponsor Play. So if you want to sponsor Play, we will promote your business. We will put you out there. You can sponsor Play, or you can sponsor events, activities, but just knowing that you are creating a space for children to have a safe space to learn, grow, and connect.
I love it, Stacey. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
I needed this in the executive chair. When we spoke, I was like, oh, yeah. Definitely.
I appreciate that. I do.
I thank you. I see you. Other eyes see you. And this is just the beginning.
I appreciate that.
You're going to the top.
Thank you.
Just make sure I get a matcha when I come by there.
Of course. I will make it myself.
I like that. I like that. Y'all, the executive chair is a place where stories build strategy and strategies build legacy. Until next time, y'all, the executive chair.